garden today, and I have my garlic bed right here, and it has been time to harvest our garlic. We are harvesting a little bit later this year since we had such a cold spring. So this is usually done the first week of July, but we're towards the end of July now. So I need to get this out. I had put water to this about a week or so ago to just help it get dried out. And I'm going to harvest the bulbs and see how we did. We planted these back last fall in these raised beds. We got some raised beds put in with some hardware cloth because I had always had issues with voles eating all of my garlic. And I was so excited to have this raised bed put in this year so that I could hopefully get a good harvest on it. So I have this whole bed of garlic. No voles got it. Yay. From their stalks, they don't look super impressive in size, but I think they'll be okay. At least they'll be usable. So we're going to dig them up today and see how we did. These are all hardneck. I have two varieties. One that I'm just not going to do again because it is just a smaller variety. So we'll see how the hardneck does, and then we'll get those curing. So there's hardneck garlic and softneck garlic, and hardneck garlic is the ones that grow that scape on it, kind of like a specialty item at farmers markets. You might see them. You're not really going to see those in your grocery store, but those come from the hardneck variety. Towards the end of their growing life, they will send out a little scape, and then you want to harvest that and take that off, and that stimulates the garlic to grow the bulb a little bit bigger. And it takes around about 3 weeks after you remove the scape to have the garlic finish. So once you remove that, then you wait another 3 weeks, and then your garlic should be looking yellow and brown like you see here, and you know that it is time to harvest it. But those garlic scapes, they are so good, so garlicky and delicious, and you can do so many things with them. I've dehydrated them in the past to make a powder with it, which is great. So I made a garlic scape pesto with it, and it was super delicious. You could put them on your sandwiches, pizzas, pastas, just anything you would put a normal basil pesto with. Great. So I think I'm going to share with you making that garlic scape pesto. It's really easy at the end of the video. All right, well, let's get started and see how we did. Outcome of them, they were not the greatest garlic bulbs in the world. Not as huge as I would like them to be. Not nearly as huge as I'd like them to be. These are kind of on the bigger side, unfortunately. But they are definitely usable. I'll definitely be able to use them just fine. And I'm thankful for the harvest that I did get. I'm thankful that I had garlic to harvest this year, and they were safe in my raised bed, and we can just improve upon whatever it is that we need to do in the future to get them to grow bigger. So, all right, so I harvested all the garlic, and I'm just gonna let it sit out in the sun probably just this afternoon just to really dry out, and then I'll be moving them onto I have these big plastic large crates, and I just let those spread them out on there, give it lots of airflow, and I'll bring them into the house and let them cure inside about 3 weeks or so. And then after that we can get to the trimming process where you trim the roots off and trim off the top, and then it's good to go. And during the curing process, it just helps the outer skin fully dry so that it doesn't rot very quickly. So yeah, I'll go ahead and let those dry out here, and now we can head out to the greenhouse and harvest our soft neck garlic and see how those did. Ooh. Wow. Now those look a lot better. These look much bigger. And these have been dried up and ready to harvest for a little while now. I waited a bit long, so hopefully I didn't wait too long, but there we go. Oh. Again, not huge, but definitely better than the hard neck. So from my understanding, soft neck garlic generally is grown in warmer climates because it's not as hardy. In a northern climate like where I'm at, sometimes it gets too cold and then they won't sprout. So that's what I found, at least. And they won't even come up in the spring. At least that's what I found to be the case. So one year I planted it out in the regular garden. I did plant it many years back under a row cover out in the garden, and they did come up, but like I said, I had VOLE issues, so I never really got any to come to fruition. So I planted them in my greenhouse bed, and they seem to really like it. So I think I am going to do this again, plant them in here, and I'm going to plant a lot of them because I want to have soft neck garlic because it lasts a really long time. My hard neck garlic is usually already going soft in December even, so it's not it doesn't last very long, the hard neck, but soft neck, it'll last about a year. So that's why I really want to grow it. And you get to braid because, like the name, it's a soft neck, and the hard neck is hard, so you can't really braid it. So I don't think I have enough to braid this year, but we'll see what we can manage to do. Okay, so this is a mistake. Don't make this mistake. I waited too long to harvest these. These are paper. There's still irrigation in here, but it still got completely dried out because it was ready, and it broke off. It just snapped off because it was so dry. So you want to harvest it before this happens because I think that's gonna. I think you need to have this all intact to have it cure properly. So we'll see how it goes. Some of them are still intact, but I'll try my best to not break it this time. There we go, full from the bottom. And if you break off the stems, you can't really braid it now, can you? I had a few hardneck in here last year, and so I guess I missed a clove or something, so it regrew a hardneck, and this is my biggest one I've had. So I think it liked the extra heat in here. It's not bad. It's pretty good. That's the hardneck. So here, hardneck and soft neck. Alright, so that's what I got from the soft neck garlic in the greenhouse. Definitely did better than the hard neck that was out in this bed out here, but all of it was alright. It's all going to be very usable, so I'm excited about that. So I'm going to let those cure out here just for the afternoon in the sun, and then I'll be moving them indoors with the rest of them. So I have some footage of me making that garlic Scape Pesto with our garlic scapes from our hardneck garlic, so I'll go ahead and take you along with that. So I'm going to take you along with how to make this garlic Scape Pesto. First off, you're going to want to have 2 cups of chopped garlic scapes. Just a tip for when you are harvesting your garlic scapes, you want to get them when they're a little bit on the younger side. If you let them get too big and too long, they will get kind of hard and they're not quite as usable. So they're a lot more tender if you use them when they are young. And then you're going to need 1 cup of Parmesan cheese shredded. And then you're going to need a 1/2 cup of sliced almonds. Traditionally you use pine nuts, but they're very expensive, so you can use a different type of nut. I'm using almonds. You can also use walnuts. pumpkin seeds and toasting them in a cast iron skillet gives them a nice, rich, nutty flavor. And then you're going to need 1 cup of olive oil, and then 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And just put it all in your blender and blend it all up. And then I decided to freeze these in about 1/4 cup sizes. I used an ice cream scoop to make little balls and put them down on the parchment paper so that I could stick it into my deep freezer. And then I put them in a Ziploc bag so that they are portioned out and ready to go for whatever recipe I need. So this recipe will give you about 2 cups worth of pesto. And I will leave the recipe in the description box below. So like I said, that garlic scape pesto was very easy. It doesn't take a lot of time at all. And I like that I can portion it and keep it in the freezer for an easy and quick meal. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And remember to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Let us know your tips and tricks for how you grow garlic in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless.